I'm almost a little embarrassed to show you in this video what I recently did. Even though I always like to think of myself as a very organized, orderly person, I do have these areas in my home that certainly need overhauling and decluttering. I know that decluttering is such a heavy word and it comes with so many associations, at least from me. I'm, thinking of this and that and the other, but really all it is opening a drawer, taking some time. All it really takes is 10 minutes and to go through this odd mix and match of jars that I always think I'm going to need or that would have some good purpose or I'm going to make something and then this would be perfect. And the reality is, I have these intentions, but then I don't actually do something about it. And while about half of this drawer is containers and jars and whatever that I do need on a regular basis, there's also some things in there that I don't need and I am going to get rid of, partly in the recycling and partly to the thrift store. I also have another drawer that was a little bit more difficult for me because I have this obsession with linen kitchen towels, especially linen, not just any kitchen towel. And this is the same thing. I see a beautiful linen towel and I think, oh my gosh, that would be so perfect. That would add so much to my kitchen. And I get all excited about it. And then, of course, I'm also gifted towels from my cousin who has this beautiful home decor store in Berlin. I actually made a video about it that I can link below. And so I end up with a lot more kitchen towels than I would ever need in my life. And so here is the thing about decluttering. It's also about being honest with myself. It's about being realistic. It's about looking at something and deciding, do I really need this? And then also realizing that there is a cost. I mean, you use up space and then you don't have space for other things. But so, as you can see, there are some kitchen towels that are obviously heirloom kitchen towels, and I'm going to have a harder time letting go of those. And I know that the Marie Kondo method, does it spark joy, is really popular. And I think I do my own blend here of just radical getting rid of it, not regretting it. When it's gone, it's gone. And then I'm not going to look back and think, oh, I wish I would have saved that and kept that. But also sometimes looking at something and realizing, you know what, there is some memory associated with it. There's something that, maybe there's some joy that it sparks. And no, I don't want to get rid of it. I also don't think this has to be a absolute black and white, like get rid of everything and become all minimalistic. But almost, I may sound a little funny saying that, but almost a little bit like digestion. If you always add something and nothing comes out on the other side, you're gonna not get constipated, but you know what I mean. You get the idea here. And I also found in there, when IKEA had these really inexpensive kitchen towels, they used to be 79 cents. And I always thought, I could make grain bags from them and I can use them for nut milk bags and whatnot. And I embarrassingly have to admit that I probably had 10 of those. And I thought, I can use them. And if they don't come out perfectly white in the wash, then of course they weren't expensive and I can repurpose them for rags or whatever. But do I really need 10 of those? So I am letting go of some of them and giving them to another use. I do believe in this idea of energy moving and things moving. So if I'm making room for things in my house, maybe I can have something else that I really need and that I didn't have space for, and also help somebody who needs a kitchen towel and finds this a really good deal. One person's trash is somebody else's treasure. I didn't really plan this, but once I got started, I thought, you know what? There are some other areas in my house that I can declutter. And here's something that all of you crafters out there and all of you handiwork people will probably be able to relate to, and that is my wool stash. This is just the beginning of it. This is not all of it. It lives in a beautiful heirloom wooden chest that's a little bit woodworm perforated is maybe the word I'm looking for, but it houses all sorts of things that I thought I'm going to need and I thought I'm going to use. But realistically, as I'm going through this color yarn is not really the kind of color yarn that I want. Yes, it's beautiful yarn, it's pure wool, and this one too. These are the chunky yarns that my kids used in their school when they were going through knitting projects and crocheting projects and finger knitting and whatnot. And so just looking at something and asking yourself, honestly, realistically, am I going to use this mismatch of colors? I always thought, oh, those are good for darning or fixing something. Here's a yarn that I thought I would use for Easter craft because it has that nice yellow. And, sometimes I'm so busy, I barely even get to the knitting that I want to do. And then this yarn, this little oddball here, so to speak, I am finding this really relieving and freeing. And it just really feels good in the end. Here is another stash. I think this is about maybe I have one more stash somewhere, but this is yarn I got when a yarn store was going out of business and everything was 50% off. And this is super high quality. And I thought, you know what, this is too beautiful to not have. And now, of course, it's sitting there and I need to have a project. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Am I going to make a sweater? Am I going to make a cardigan? What am I going to make with it? However, I feel that I did make some progress, and this is what it's all about. It's not about being perfect. It's not about decluttering my entire home in one sitting or in one day, but just going through areas, one area at a time or a few areas at a time, and then just taking it from there and making that a regular practice of letting things go, moving things around, and decluttering and getting rid of things you really don't need. So here's a box that's going to go to the thrift store, and I know this is going to feel really good when I take it there. While I'm at it, I thought I have this drawer that I've been dreading to tackle, and that is my t-shirt drawer. There's more drawers in that beautiful antique chest of drawers that I inherited from my grandfather's sister. So does that make her? Anyhow, you can let me in the comments what that makes her. But yes, I got it here all the way from Germany, and it is one of those pieces that I absolutely love and cherish and love looking at and love having in my home. And those drawers are amazing because they're really deep, but do I really need this many t-shirts? Because when you're honest with yourself, there's probably 20% you wear all the time, and then 80% just sits there. I have ideas of, well, I could use it for this, or in the summer when it's really hot and really sweaty. But again, when I'm looking back over the last few summers, most of those t-shirts I didn't wear. And most of those t-shirts were just sitting there and taking up space. And that's why I decided to tackle this drawer. And you can see my stack here. It's kind of embarrassing. It's embarrassing to admit that this is going on. Here's something else that's embarrassing. Crafting. My fabric scraps and pieces of fabric that I actually got from the fabric store. We had one that was maybe a mile from my house and was great when I was in the middle of a sewing project and I needed something. I could just zip over there and get whatever I needed. Unfortunately, and for all of you that sew, you probably know Joann's. They closed that location. They went out of business, which is really too bad. I was very, very sad. However, I find that I don't have that temptation anymore. Now I need to go a lot further, and I haven't visited a yarn store in a while, partly because I haven't done a sewing project in a while, but there's so many ideas in here, so many fabrics that I thought I was going to do something with. And again, this is not about getting rid of everything that's in here. This is about going through it and looking at it and deciding, this is something I'm definitely not going to use. Not my color scheme. You know, my taste will change over time, and my ideas change over time, and my needs change over time, but I don't need all of these fabrics. I know that animal shelters often love getting fabric scraps because they can use those for, you know, keeping their stray animals warm and make bedding out of that, or little critters, make it all cozy for them. So that's why I'm going to take it. I actually called them and they said, oh, they would absolutely love to have that. Not any strings attached, literally, no pun intended, but basically nothing that they can get wrapped up in, but basically just plain piece of fabric. Here's another sad cabinet with all the empty bottles that I thought I was going to use for another project. Thank you so much for joining me here, and I'll see you in the next video.